Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. Luckily we have another, I think, relatively pushover for a neighbor over here. I think that the KP are relatively peaceful. I say that. 2 turns from now I'm going to be overrun and destroyed. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get some spies in there and keep a nice vision. If we can keep playing nice with them for now, it'll be good, but certainly they are going to be our opponents in the long run, so we don't have to bend over backwards to suck up to them necessarily. I'm going to chop down this forest. But in the short run, see, stuff like this I don't know. I don't think we'll ever get to cash in the favors, unfortunately. So I'm gonna turn that down. Now note, this is a negotiation. They're looking for a trade. Sometimes they'll come to you looking for a favor. Like an actual favor. We need help, we've got no energy, we'll trade you a favor for some energy or something like that. And if you say yes to that, you'll get a positive buff. But here I can turn that down. Or if you turn it down, it's like you refuse their help. But we will not get that here because they weren't actually asking for a favor. They were looking for a straight up just trade. Choose production. We need workers. So let's build that. Definitely. We'll wait a tick here. Pack combat rovers in our way. KP soldier. I'm just going to set up a little bit of a defensive structure over here. One interesting thing is if I do literally block their movement over here, even if they move with a big army, they don't usually declare until they're right on your borders, so it will actually delay the war declaration quite a bit as they try to figure out how to get around you, which is kind of interesting. I'm going to go ahead and pop down one generator. I don't have any yet, and I will want some money. Why did you wake up? Did I not have you on alert mode? Oh, maybe you probably saw the siege worm. Okay, which is still relatively fine. City connection, quest updated. Kill 10 aliens. It's pretty far away. I don't know how likely that is to happen, actually. Yeah, research computing, worm killing, and the alien preserve. Where is the alien preserve in the... I can never remember this tech web. These big alien life forms. Which comes after the genetics. Gives us the culture from paddock improvements. We actually are going to have... We've got one paddock already. It's not going to be a terrible one. Yet more culture. It's not bad. I don't think we're going to rush to it, though. The quest will be there for later. No. If I declare war here, I'll get the you are a warmonger thing with a lot of people, including the KP, because I think they're relatively pacifistic. So I would like to avoid doing that for now. It would be nice to get a relationship boost with people like Brasilia, but not at the cost of everything else going bad. The plus 15 city hit points is pretty good because cities are really, really squishy here, but I've got to go for the extra health from clinics. It's just too good. Also, if we can get a clinic up and running in Axiom, we'll be at positive happiness again. Not for long, but technically.
Consider a simple problem, such as navigation in a spaceship approach.
Yay, range units. Okay. Right, this is just my explorer that's exploring and wandering. Oh! There's seriously a crash site there that we can do. So this one takes 4 turns. Although he can't because the other one doesn't have an expedition module. We can stand on that. No, I have no interest in joining in a war over there. You guys fight all day long. I'll be very, very happy here with my neighbor with the KP. This is my second worker is in place. I'm just going to run it all the way up here. We don't need the oil hooked up. Yeah, crash satellite. Let's just sit on it. Oh, is there miasma there? Yes, there is. Oh, that's good. I was just going to fortify. And I can still, like, not die if I fortify in place. But I can't dig it up yet. Okay, that was another worker. Do we squeeze out one more worker? I think so. Actually... yeah, one more worker. And we won't build one here. We'll build regular buildings. Starting a trade depot over here would be pretty nice. But you know what? Maybe the clinic just for that happiness offset. And a little bit of tech would be okay. It'd be nice if we get some culture. We do have enough money to potentially buy a tile. But we're certainly... so there's no rush to it. We're still okay here. Yeah, I guess we'll have to move off and heal up over here. And wait until we get our first level of purity. Which could happen from quest, but we may want to force it at this point. The precog project. Oh, I like master control. I think what we'll end up doing is building master control. So we'll take the first level of supremacy from that. Geothermal wells, quarry improvements, not really much of a thing. So after computing, we'll pick up autonomous controls to unlock a supremacy affinity. I don't think we'll build nodes, really. Although it is interesting that it heals adjacent units every turn. That's pretty good defensive. Actually, we might plop down one node. It's effectively like a generator as well. But we could really protect ourselves. And we would probably try to build master control. It's pretty handy because it gives you the +1 worker movement, right? And the free network. So the network cost is up here. So network is 185 production. This is 225. It's only slightly more expensive than building network. Gives you +1 culture and the +1 movement. So it's a nice little wonder. It's not game breaking. You know, it doesn't change everything, but it is pretty appealing. Let's go and I guess build a few more farms for now. We'll be fine. Thorium reactors are never bad. Vivarium, we don't actually have any desert over here. I think, you know what, we need to get a few military units out. And that's mostly going to need a couple of rangers. 80 production boost in Central City. Don't mind if I do.
You go to war with the soldiers you have.
Unlock the farmer labs. And the Cyto nurseries are pretty good too. Asylum or settlement, quest decision. Survivors aboard the spaceship. So this is the augmented. We're definitely going to grant them refuge because we would like to follow the supremacy path in that mission. So insta completed that, and we've got some carryover as well. Actually, let's get the farmer labs going. You're still standing on miasma, and you have no more explorer modules, so I guess we'll just send you back to Central, which you can't technically make it there because there's currently a ranger in the way. And I will stick the ranger up on this hill just to eyeball things. I think farms are fine for now. Get some extra city growth. I'm not really micromanaging things. They're even working that tile. So, and obviously we're happiness capped. But because of how things are going, I really don't feel we have to rush out that third city. I think we can grow relatively tall as is, actually. I will queue up... actually, I'm going to start with the recycler in Axiom. Also, it helps our internal trade routes, so that's never bad. And we do have them going. Chop down some more trees over here. We could have left the forest around for building the wonders, but on the other hand, you know, I like those buildings that we're building right now. Hey, we're at neutral happiness right now. That's good. You can actually go above that and get even bigger bonuses once you get past, I think, +10. But that's kind of hard to get to. We might actually want to squeeze out a couple of miasmic repulsors in preparation of later stuff. And we do have, there's miasma on the frac site. And a little over here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get one going. It's always a few turns before the miasma actually gets pushed back. So I like that. This is the Explorer. You're going to go into Central and just rest up. We're going to go ahead and build that well. It does generate 1 unhappiness and technically costs money, but as long as you work it, then it comes out even. We maybe don't need to prioritize this. I'm not sure. What do we need to mine the frac site? I always forget that too. Robotics, which we will need at some point, because we're going to want the tac jets are pretty good. There's lots of stuff that's good here. The energy from internal trade routes, all these things are excellent. And then we get the W hotkey that does manufacture instead of what I want, which is kind of annoying. There's a very, very, very good chance. Actually, we'll pick up after we finish the autonomous systems. I'm going to go alien life forms into robotics. So we do need, we've got a quest for the alien preserve. And it's not a bad building in the first place. And that's the thing that gives us the culture from paddocks. And we do have chitin over here, so that's going to be a little bit of culture there. Not much, but it's technically there. Choose production in the capital. The miasmic repulsor is done. If we launch it, we could actually build another one right away. I'm not sure we need to, but technically it's there. I think we'll launch it kind of like that, because there's no miasma to the north. There's one tile there, but honestly, leaving it there will annoy any KP troops that come my way. So I think we'll just pop it down that way. About stuff. There's not a ton of miasma, but it'll be fine. The sooner we get Cyto nurseries going, the better I'll feel about a few different things too. But I still feel a little bit more military will be quite good. That's adept blue. You really still not expanded, Mandir. Let's mix it up. Let's throw down a generator. Just for cuz. You still have no expedition modules. Now I could, and I will, sit you on here and put you into permanent fortification until we do pop our purity level. So the healing should offset the miasma damage, and then no one else can take this crash satellite. It'll piss off people a little bit, but at the same time, they're really far away, so what are they going to do? I suppose I could take this one explorer and send it far west to go and pick up that satellite, but I think we're going to see what else we can see. This ranger's completed. Lovely. I think we've got a ranger already going to this hill tile. I'm going to go ahead and plop one over here. KP ranger's buzzing around as well. Let's go and get that Cyto nursery out. We got a few units. Still not a lot, not enough to be scary. And the AI really tends to go for the air units quite quickly. So they can really be a big threat. But they're not quite there yet. Let's get the trade depot going and actually get ready to build some trade units from there. This worker, I like seeing the big bolt there. I think we're going to send you north. To help improve Axiom. And yeah, I think we're very close to our next city. In fact, I suspect that when we do take our next pop here, we'll go ahead and take the colony initiative and then probably spend the free virtue on the free worker as well. I think that's going to be groovy. We've got an African Union Explorer over here. That's fine. A little bit of miasma over there. Go right into the middle of the continent and see what we can see. You are just going to be set to alert mode, as will you be. I might want to put some military units over here. What do we got? Floatstone, a couple of geothermals. Not bad, actually. Definitely has some potential. You are going to go on this hill. What do we want to do? Money, never bad. We don't need to build a colonist because we're going to get one for free from our virtues. We could pop out a few more military units. Oh, you know what? If we did build the launch complex, we could build some miasmic repulsors over here. Also, that would give us quite a bit of range to maybe harass the KP. Our pharmacological thing is done. I'm going to go for health. I mean, don't get me wrong, science is good, but health is really, really important because you want to stay above. You want to stay positive because otherwise you lose your 10% bonus. We have an expedition module here. We will be standing in miasma. Hopefully we don't get bombed. What's the time here? 8 turns. We might survive. Probably we'll have to step off for a second and try that. So we can keep going with the internal trade routes, or at this point, I think it makes sense because it's quite a bit of value here. We're going to run a trade route to Mandira for the positive relationship boost. I think that's going to be good. I'm going to get a mine going. Production is nice. Axiom is starving. Why is it starving? Oh, I guess we'll have to build some farms, actually. We're going to buy this algae tile, is what we're going to do. Because it should automatically move there, so it's at neutral health, and then once we approve things... Actually, that should be the thing. Rather than this mine, I should be getting my algae set up. Same thing with the other worker. This one. You're going to go to there. And Axiom is going to build what? Pharma lab? Actually, you're going to build some trade vessels. We built the trading post. That's what we want. There we go. She's a little bit happier. She did pick up this tile, which is not one we're going to work. We're going to take the free colonist and then the free worker unit. I mean, we're quite keen on that. The colonist, I think, unless there was a massive source of fraxite on the other continent, I still think this is good. It doesn't give us any extra fraxite. We could also just forward settle over here. It will piss her off. But theoretically, well, we'll never get the chitin because she's got the cheaper border prop, so she'll get the chitin first unless we literally bought our way the entire way. But this would give us the extra frac site over here. The geothermals aren't bad. A little bit more petroleum, which is like quite a bit of petroleum. Algae. How aggro do we want to be with our settling? This is a city that's going to grow to be really, really, really nice. Get a little floatstone. Not that we need it, but it's there. We could also settle the island here a little bit earlier. It's unlikely that anyone settles here, and if they do, we can take their city really quickly. Oh, speaking of, she's going to forward settle me. Or I could declare war right now. We have friendship. It would be a backstab bonus. But if I were to do this, it would really put a crimp in her expansion ability, give us a free worker, and give us a strong run over here. I think I'm actually going to take the backstab penalty. Wow. This is somewhat less than ideal.
Namaste.
But killing a settler is always nice. Bam. I didn't even have to weaken it. It's just like give it a little more XP. The range units are super, super weak. Okay, I'm really happy about that win. There should be nothing that she can do to me in return. Unless she's got some ships, she might be able to harass my workers or something. But that's pretty much the only thing. So since I've already pissed her off, let's go ahead and forward settle over here. We've got a little bit of protection from the lake, which is going to be kind of interesting. Oh, I can't settle there. Where the hell was she going? Because you have to be like 3 or 4 tiles away from the Jinsuku Labs. Like, stations work exactly the same as cities. This whole area cannot be settled. Oh, that is really interesting. You know what that means? That means... Oh, I lost one of my trading things that was going over here. That's really painful. Where the frack was she going? I really did not have to worry about her settling here. Actually, she might have dropped the city here, but I could have responded by buying a tile beforehand. I need to make sure that we've got a trade route to Adept Blue and Jinsoku Labs all the time. This will make this a no-settle zone. That's why she hasn't expanded. She can't actually build a city anywhere here unless she wants to settle like on top of the fungus and destroy it. That's amazing. Okay. I'm still relatively okay with what happened. Where's my settler unit? Right over there. You are going to come back here after all. This trade vessel can go to probably Axiom. That's as good. The production is good. And actually, they'll use the production to build more trade vessels, so it'll kind of work out. This worker, you are going to go to this fungus. You're going to get... No, you'll be okay. I'm going to say you're going to get in the way of the settler unit, but it's actually going to be perfectly fine. You're going to do that. Hopefully we're fine up north. This marine, I will go and stand you on the gold ASAP. Provide cover for my ranger. Because you saw how squishy they are. The rover, we're going to put you back on the forest and just have you be on alert mode. And this worker, we're going to have you swing over here. You're going to start improving the chitin as soon as it becomes an opportunity. Ranger, you're going to stay on alert mode. And that's it. We're just going to wait out this war. Hopefully this worker is safe. Don't I have an explorer doing something kind of crazy? This one is fine. Over here. Okay, you're still fine and healthy. Excellent. And luckily you haven't... no one can attack you. That's right. The aliens can't attack you, even if we were close to a nest. Good stuff. The settler just pathfinded in silly ways. You're going to move over there. That's going to be okay. Ground-based trade convoy. I'm going to risk sending you... Oh, keep up the Jinsoku Labs, primarily. What are you building now? A launch complex. You've got your full trade routes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move one of the, probably one of the sea trade routes from Central to Axiom and get the second land trade route from here to Adept Blue. Although I think we can run the land trade route from Axiom as well. It'll be like super long, but it'll work. What do we finish? Ultra Fence Design. We can get +1 repel range, or trade convoys will be immune from alien attacks, which is the one we built it. That's the reason we built that fence. I'm going to have this worker basically sit idle for now while we wait for the settler to show up. Actually, he's going to be in the settler's way. Let me move you down. Like that. This worker... I'll have you move up here. That's fine. That worker can stay idle. I don't suppose you want peace, huh? Not yet. That hurts that AI a lot, though. I think it's worth it. I mean, it sucks to take the big Diplo hit, Everyone's going to hate me because I'm a warmonger and I broke my promise, but I'm isolated enough that it might actually be okay. Let's get out a few Marines. Marines and Rangers to defend myself with. But I don't think she's got much of a military. Hey, computing is done. Nice. I need another trade convoy. So I need to get the, yeah, that's a trade vessel. We gotta make sure, no. Going by Mandira would be bad. So don't do anything quite yet with the trade vessel. Oh, there's miasma there. Just rest. You'll heal it up and you won't die. But clearly a satellite here would actually be a little bit handy. We knew we'd want one at some point. Great. So Axiom should be growing quite nicely now. This trade vessel will still do nothing. We need to explore the coast a little bit more. This Marine will auto-wake up if you see anyone, and we will settle on the coast here. Vanguard. We need terraforming to be able to hook up the float stone. Now, we don't have to rush to that, but we will want it at some point. Weather control. What is this? Is this a building? Oh, it's an orbital unit. Really? Plus food, and generate 1 to 2 new basic resources at unimproved tile across its lifespan. Wow, the sooner we get the weather control satellites, the better. So after we finish robotics, we don't need to unlock the Cinder quite yet. We'll need Fraxite to work these guys, but we need level 4 of Supremacy first, although there's a rank there. I think after robotics finishes, I know it's a big queue, we're going to swing around way over here. Terraforming will be good because we can mine the floatstone, and that's fine. The Gaian wells won't help us. The Terrascape is going to be relatively handy. But weather control is good. And also, we will want to start getting some supremacy points at some point relatively soon. Point. You work your way over there. You work your way up over here. We can't construct outside of our territory, so don't bother. We don't need to build roads. There's maintenance. Although, once we get to level 3 of Supremacy, then the roads don't cost maintenance, so we can build them all over. So we don't need them for the trade routes, but mobility's good. Ah, the augmented. Yes, because I had to build another town for the augmented quest to continue. We want them to continue their research and give us some Supremacy points. Please and thank you. So this is a robot city, or cyborg city anyway. We're not going to build a network because we'll get one for free in our capital. I do want a spy agency as quickly as possible. Now that we've unlocked that tech, you can come over here and finish that mine, I think. This Marine is going to go and stand on the frac site and protect us very well. This trade vessel can, oh yeah, go to Vanguard and speed up the growth of the colony. There, you've actually got something to do now. That's very nice. We got +1 population from derelict settlement. Oh, not this one, is it? Oh my god, you're on the verge of dying. I forgot all about you. Oh, and that used your movement. You're going to die next turn. Well, sacrifice an explorer for +1 population, but we didn't have to sacrifice it. We could have managed it better. Darn it. Oh well. Unless we get like 3 levels of harmony right now, so we take 5 less damage, which is not going to happen. So you wait there. We'll get a border pop soon from our little city. And you wait, chop down this forest. But that's not going to help us yet. You're going to wait on this hill for the next border pop from Vanguard. We do have the plus 30% growth from our ideas. Ah, peace. You will give me a city. That's a size 4 city. I don't know where it is. It's going to tank my happiness. But I can't say no to a city. I could ask for a bunch of energy. Throw in 100 energy. I don't think that'll happen. Throw in 10 energy. All right, I will take your city. Let's take a look at it. It's way over here. Wow. We're gonna create a puppet. Where is it? Actually, we could annex it now. It's in the middle of a bunch of alien nests. It's got geothermals, some xenomass in range. I annex it now. I'm not sure how the mechanics work exactly. Let me do a quick save. Because it's under martial law, like there's no reason for me not to, I think, annex it right away. Thanks my happiness a bit longer. I'm going to have to wait 4 turns for the resistance to end, at which point the extra unhappiness will go away. Right now, the unhappiness is really bad. Well, the difference between what I had before and what I have now is the 10% production malice and the bonus to enemy intrigue. But it's not the end of the world. It's not as bad as Civ 5 unhappiness. So I'm obsessed because of Civ 5 to keep my happiness positive all the time. But you notice our growth is not impacted yet, as far as I can tell. So, yeah. We're going to queue up the Old Earth Relic for some border pushing. Assuming we don't attack the aliens, they shouldn't come in our borders. We shouldn't even have to worry about a fence. Obviously, a satellite here would be extremely important. There's no one near here? There's a lot of resources. There's some titanium. It's not necessarily the greatest city placement of all time, and it doesn't give us any more Phyrexite unless there's stuff in the Fog of War. But it's far from bad. Far from bad. Axiom, do you have full trade routes? No, but you just built one, right? Did you not? Yeah, trade convoy. Now that we're at peace, I do want to keep building at Adept Blue. I can run trade routes back to Mandira again, which will be nice. But more importantly, I got to keep Adept Blue around. Just completely stop her from settling this area. I've got a monopoly on the coast. She can't settle here. That's why she settled way over there. She might end up settling north here, but keep in mind she can't settle too close to New Babylon either. That would be a half-decent place for her to put down a city, so I kind of expected that might happen. Did lose that explorer, as expected. I'm going to queue up, well, as much as I was saying the negative happiness isn't too bad, this is really negative. So let's go ahead and get that going. And you... Because there's food is still not super rich in Axiom, there's a lot of hills as well. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely construct a farm. You can go ahead and build that mine that we started earlier. And these workers still don't have a tile that has popped in their direction. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I think that was a very productive war, actually, against the KP. We got a free settler. We got a free worker. We denied an extra settler, and we got a city out of it. We tanked our happiness, but we've expanded dramatically. So, man, I want to start every game next to the KP. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.